Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of GGRC, the show where I'm trying to keep good games alive. So, today we're taking a look at a game called Refunct, and I know normally in my reviews I try to write up a good, 5 to 10 minute review, kind of citing everything I can about the game in a, I guess, for lack of a better phrase, a more professional, precise manner. But with Refunct, it's a really quick game, so I thought that just talking about it for a minute or two would be sufficient enough, because there isn't much to the game, but it's definitely well worth your time to check out. So, what is Refunct? Well, it's a game that came out a couple years ago. It came out in October of 2015. I don't believe the developer who created it has actually created any other games to their name. But basically what it is it's nothing but a platforming puzzle game. Now, you might be thinking, yeah, I've seen this kind of thing before, but this has been done really, really well. Now, what we're watching here is we're actually watching my first playthrough of the game, and a playthrough of this game only takes a half hour. They even claim it on their website. It's a half-hour game. Took me about 25 minutes and some change. Now, you'll notice that there are some puzzles here where, I'm kind of getting used to the controls, trying to understand how the game works, but as you can see in the beginning, it's very simple. You're basically jumping on all these these white platforms, and you're trying to turn them green. Now, you can see in the distance where you need to go by that red pillar that's shooting out into the sky, and you can tell which platforms you haven't turned green yet, these white ones that are showing up here. Once you're up to them, so you can see they're a dark gray or a white color. Once you stand on them, they turn to more of a Super Mario landmass, I guess you could say. It's a brown dirt with a green grass here. But your goal is to hit all of these red buttons. The red buttons are what's producing that red pillar that shoots up. So, in Refunct, you have basically one level setup where each time you hit a red button, or a combination of red buttons, it shores up a whole new set of platforms for you to turn green and red buttons for you to find. There are also collectibles, which you'll see up to my right there. I don't know if I grab it here. We'll see in a second here. Yeah, here we go. Jump up to this. So there are collectibles to grab here too. So there is a percentage that is applied to the platforming as well. How many platforms you turn green, how many collectibles you found, that kind of thing. But what you see here is the game. You are basically platforming, trying to turn everything green, hit all the red buttons, and make it to the end, where you hit one last button, it shoots you up into the air, and it gives you a time. So this game has actually been turned into somewhat of a speedrunning game, which is kind of cool, because I'm not one to be really... I'm not really into speedrunning. I kind of like to play a game at my own pace or whatever. But with Refunct, it's been one of those exceptions for me where I played through it once, took a couple days from it, but over those couple days I couldn't help but just think about the game. So while I'm thinking about the game, I'm kind of like, man, I really want to play through that again. And so I did. I've played through Refunct probably a good, I don't know, I would say 5 or 6 times at this point. And it's one of those games that's just like, you ever have one of those games where you're not sure what you want to play, you just want to kind of sit there and relax and play a game? That's what Refunct is. It is super relaxing to play. And that is really weird to say about a game that a lot of people are speedrunning, right? Usually the speedrun includes a lot of stress and whatnot, but with Refunct, I don't feel that. I feel fun. It's relaxing, and it's very casual, but if you want to, you can turn it into a very stressful thing if you're looking to speedrun this and get the best time possible. The game does get harder as you go on. You'll see that these platforms have gotten a lot taller. They've gotten a lot harder to reach. There are some certain puzzles that are harder to solve as it goes on. The weirdest thing about this game, though, is that its greatest perk, the whole speedrunning thing afterwards, what's making it casual that you know what to do and everything to improve your time, I feel like is also its biggest detriment. The fact that it's only one level and it's the same every single time, I feel like it's its biggest problem. It really needs like another 3 or 4 levels to play through, which would be great. For $1, I bought this on the Steam sale. I only bought it for $1. For $1, I can't really complain. I've gotten, an hour and a half to 2 hours out of the game for $1. I can't really complain about that. However, the normal price of it is $3, which still isn't that expensive if you're going to spend a lot of time with it. But yeah, I don't know if I'm saying it needs more levels based on price or more based on the fact that I just had a lot of fun with it and I would like more of what I'm playing. Regardless, it is a really fun game. If you're looking for a quick game for, you know, like a quick half-hour thing that's only got maybe, I think it was 3 or 4 achievements in it that you could get pretty quickly, this is definitely a game to check out, especially if you're looking for something, you know, that's a platformer that's a little bit more puzzly. This game, I feel like, is going to, you know, scratch that itch for you. I feel like it's something that you really need to check out. Yeah, I don't want to take up the whole time here because the more that I talk, the more of this game you're going to see if you have any interest in it. But definitely recommend checking out Refunct for how cheap it is, especially if it's on sale again during another sale for $1. Fully recommend checking it out because I've gotten a lot of time out of it just for the $1 that I paid for it, and you might too. And who knows, you might be one of those games that you just try to keep speedrunning. For anybody interested, my ultimate time in this game was 7 minutes and change. I think it was closer to 8, probably like 7 minutes 40-something seconds. I think that was my highest, but to be honest, I haven't really applied myself. I've just been enjoying playing it. But as you can see, just playing it over 3 or 4 times, you improve your time a ton because I went from 25 minutes to 7 minutes something. So, and that's playing it casually. But yeah, great little game. I really hope that they do more levels for this, or maybe a sequel with more levels in it. Really love the feel of this game. Love how casual it is. Love that it's one of those games that you're just like, not sure if I, you know, want to start a new game right now. What else can I play? This honestly, if I could attribute it to it, makes me feel like games that I played when I was a kid, where, you know, you didn't have too many games as a kid. Now that I'm an adult, you know, I can have all the games that I want. But as a kid, you know, you only had your select few games, so you try to squeeze every ounce of fun out of them you can. And this feels like one of those games that I would have played a hell of a lot of if it was, you know, if it were on the Nintendo 64 or the Sega Genesis or something like that back in the day. But, well, there you go, everybody. That is Refunct. Definitely a big recommendation for me. And I will see you next time on GGRC. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to check out some of the other GGRC episodes. And if you're feeling a little retro, why not jump into the Quake grave, where you can watch me play through a lot of different custom maps in Quake. Enjoy!